say gender-based violence maybe comes through because of the power imbalance. If it's maybe the husband to the wife, or the man to the daughters, or the wife to the husband even as well, maybe because of that power imbalance. But at workplaces, how would you say that now manifests? What are the causes, the leading causes of GBV at work?
All right, thank you so much. Before we come to the workplace, let's go to the core of the society. And the core of the society is the home. And we talk about, okay, there are many types of families. But what is considered to be like the normal families, where we have and I'm using the word normal very carefully. I don't want to trend on it like any other family is abnormal. No, this is quote unquote, where we have a father and a mother and children. In this situation, the father is construed to be the head of the family, and that is that is what it should be. That the father is the head of the family, and that's, well, many people question that. But I would like also to look at, when you look at a pack of lions, who is the head of this pack? Is it the lioness or the lion? Is the lion that is the head of the pack? So with that in mind, if the family is stable, if every family would be stable, the man is supposed to love the wife, the man is supposed to respect the wife, respect the children, and the wife is supposed to respect the husband and respect the children. So the respect is not one way, it is two way. Or rather, let me put it three way. From the husband to the wife, from the wife to, it's like a triangle. So we have the children here, we have the father here, the mother here, and the children. So this thing should go round, the respect should go round. And the weakest point of the respect of one of the trends, or one of the links, it forms a weak link in our workplaces. So everything starts from home. If personally I don't respect my wife and my children, I will definitely disrespect my colleagues, I will disrespect the students, I will disrespect the young people, and that thing goes on. So I just assuming that there are 100 people around here, 80 of them, or 80% of them, are not having very stable families. Psychologically, mostly, and in every field, economically, they are not stable, and all those things are eating up into this person, into these people, these 80%. And therefore, these people come to the place of work. Definitely, you don't expect to have a very stable workplace, because everybody is coming on with their own issues. So the core of a stable society, the core of addressing the gender-based violence in workplaces, is a stable family. As a man, how stable should I be? As a man, how stable am I? And I should work on myself as a man. My wife should work on herself to be stable. Children should work on themselves to be stable. And one more thing here. Where are the fathers? Where are the fathers to instill values, character, and the nature of life in the children? Where are the mothers to instill character, values, integrity in the lives of their daughters and sons? So if that happens, I assure you we shall have a very, very stable family, and we shall never have gender-based violence. Because when you look at patriarchy, where it's defined as the oppressive rule of older men, over younger men, women, and children. Definitely, every coin has two sides. What would we say about the other side of the coin, where we have a very loving father, a very loving mother, father, yeah?
Right.
Is he a patriarch? Actually, the real meaning of a patriarch is a begetter. There we talk about, and Abraham begat Isaac.
Right.
It's not really the giving birth, but it's the value instilled in this son that makes this son somebody in the society.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, that's why I'm asking, where are the fathers? Fathers, we should work on our lives, let me tell you.
And that's how we can,
yeah.
if we begin there now, it will be a very good solution to even the manifestation of GBV in other places in society, as you said, the family being the core.
Sure.
Right.
If the family is set and if the family is good, there are no issues, well, definitely it will have their own challenges. There are many challenges within. There is no one society, no one family without challenges.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned how to handle my challenges with my family. If there are issues of economic issues, for example, in the family, how do I handle them? How is my wife handling them?
Mm-hmm.
How do my children handle them? And it's the father or the parents to bring that into the life of the young people, because it's what we call the generational transfer.
Okay.
If that one lacks,
then we are not making any
we
progress.
will not make. We can have a million campaigns on gender-based violence. We can fund so many projects. We can fund, I don't know how many, millions and millions. We can fund them.
Mm-hmm.
But without addressing the core thing, that is a family,
right,
will not achieve much.
Oh, that's a very good way to actually begin that conversation, because last week we also, having concern on, it's been a lot of years where we've been speaking about gender-based violence. So where are we heading with this conversation? Every year, year in, year out, we have 16 days of activism against GBV, but are we going to have this forever? Maybe now I can pull that question to you. Do you think there's a point where, as you've said, if we address the family as the core of society, do you think there is a point where we can get to reduce or maybe completely stop gender-based violence? I saw a report last week on the Daily Nation saying that Kenya will need 8 billion Kenyan shillings every single year to at least half cases of gender-based violence by 2030. Is there hope for us on this regard?
Thank you. Now, when we look at the issue about 8 billion,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 1 billion is so much money. Because 1 billion, if you're given 1 billion shillings and you're told to use 100,000 shillings each day, you'll go for 27 years and around 5 months.
Oh.
1 billion.
100,000 every day.
100,000 shillings every day. You go for 27 years and around 5 months. Now, that kind of a money, and you're talking about 8 billion shillings every year, till when? Till when?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, the moment we go that way, we'll never come to an end. Let me give an example. Mm-hmm. We have the issue about the FGM, which is a really, that's something that we talk about and say is a very bad thing, because it's one of the worst gender-based violence issues. But how do we finish that? There's one thing that is never addressed.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen this thing like it's addressed. We can have for 1,000,000 years women with placards and children and young women, older women with placards, and this thing will never end. Let's take an example of a community X.
Mm-hmm.
If the men in this community X says, our young men will not get married to women who have gone through FGM.
Mm-hmm.
FGM ends that evening.
Right.
Because as a father, you're my son. I'll tell you, don't get married to
this girl who's been circumcised.
This girl who has gone through FGM.
Mm-hmm.
You know the next, and the women, once they are, the former was like, the definition was like, get married, you should not get married to a woman who is not gone through FGM.
Right.
But the moment men step in their place.
Mm-hmm. And I guess also that is where that role you said, where the patriarchy comes in.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is like FGM is perpetrated by not women, but men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's the men who wants to get married to the women. And they say, in some communities, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get married to a woman who has not gone through FGM. And the fathers proportionately put this one in their sons.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get married to a woman who's not gone through FGM. And the women can hear that in that society, in that community. So what do? They encourage their young daughters or their daughters to go through FGM.
Right.
But the moment the men would stand and say, my son, our sons will not get married to a woman who's gone through FGM. FGM ends there.
Right.
If there was one who was done FGM last night, that would be the last one.
Yeah.
Because it's about men standing and taking their place. I'm calling men to end FGM or to end gender-based violence.
Right.
It actually starts with men.
Okay.
And perhaps one more thing that we really need to look at with a lot of care and force, and actually the 8 billion you're talking about, it should go elsewhere, not where maybe they are thinking about. Because I look at who should really be empowered. Is it the man or the woman? You empower in this case of the GBV, you'd empower the man. But where do you empower the man? Not with money. Money will do nothing. If I'm a drunkard, I'll become a better drunkard because you give me money.
Yeah.
You call me for seminars and you pay me a few shillings.
And I go get drunk.
And the gender-based violence continues.
Right.
But it's to empower right in the mind, the change of mind.
Now, Dr. You've mentioned there how the power structure looks like in the society. Of course, empower men because they're going to be the biggest drivers towards ending GBV. At the workplace, we do not have that kind of structure. We don't have a father, a mother, and children. We have a CEO probably. We have if I'm speaking about my workplace, we have a director of the station. We have me as a presenter. I have my producer. There are interns. There are different levels of the workforce. How then do we approach GBV at the workplace with that kind of structure?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. I think there should be an understanding of what a father is or who a father is. I'm not necessarily your father because I gave birth to you. It is about me engaging with you in your life and you engaging me in your life. We engage with each other. And I father you. Fathering is a dimension. Actually, it's a dimension from God. Because you talk about God there, Father.
Right.
So it's a dimension that comes from God that is instilled in a man, whether married or unmarried. It's a dimension that makes you behave in a certain way. For example, maybe you're not married, I don't know.
Not yet.
If you're not married,
Yes.
you could still be a father. There are younger guys around you. Definitely if you're 23 or 25, there's definitely a guy who's 20 years old or another guy who's 15 years old. And you don't look at yourself like only as an elder brother. You should look at yourself like, I'm a father, I'm fathering this child. I mean, this guy, this younger guy. And it's not about years. It's not about, I'm 50 years old and this guy is 30 years old or 20 years and therefore I'm his father. No. It's about what am I putting across into the life of this guy, into the life of this young lady, into the life of this young man here. What am I putting in the life of this guy? And therefore I become a father.
Right.
So if our CEOs, our producers, now you as a presenter and you have the other guys under you, if you have that component of a fatherhood in you, and the ladies around, they have the component of motherhood in them, definitely we shall have a very sober society in our workplace. Because it's not, if I come here with a placard, stop gender-based violence, I mean, millions of people know that.
Right.
Let me give an example. We have medical doctors who know too well, more than all of us, about HIV and AIDS. Is that correct?
Right. That's true.
They see those, under the microscope, they're able to see all those viruses and all. Something we've never seen. But may I ask a question? Do they get infected with HIV and AIDS?
Yes.
With the knowledge?
100%.
So it's not about knowledge.
So then what recommendations will you give for addressing the GBV at the workplace at that point?
At the workplace, let the men who are there be fathers. Let the men be fathers. Let the women be mothers. But the problem may be if I'm being fathered, then I take it as a joke. If I'm a son, let me be a true son. Let me know what does my CEO want? What is he doing to me? He is fathering me. If the CEO is a woman, what is she doing to me? She's mothering me. And I should not take that one for granted.
Right.
Because however much a bad a son is, let me take you. If you're my son, my biological son, and then you are into drugs, you are into everything, you're just a useless fellow. You're just. Do I throw you away?
No.
What do I do?
Still take me under your wings because I'm your son.
Exactly. I take you. I care for you. I try to guide you. If I found some fellows beating you up, I tell you, no, don't be this. This is my son. I'll go my way to protect you.
So you're saying we should empower the ones with the role of mother and father at the workplace.
And those there with the role of the father and mother, not only the CEO, it's everybody.
Right.
Because if I'm the CEO and you're my deputy, I should father you, right? The person next under you, you father him.
Okay.
I father him also. And fathering is about, begetting. That's about putting values and values, integrity, the whole set of good values inside the life of this person.
Right.
If we have a society like that, believe you me, we believe you can leave your mobile phone at the gate of KU, and believe you me, you'll find it tomorrow.
Right, because we are now a family.
We are a family, yes. Right. Because you don't steal your sister's phone, do you?
You don't do GBV against your brother.
You don't.
Right.
So the real thing would be, we, the men, we should be men. Women should be women, and not women like we are looking at the components that make a woman or a female. You're not looking at the femaleness or the maleness
of the man. Right.
We're not looking at that, and we are not interested with that, because there's a difference between a man and a male, a female and a woman.
Right. Dr. You said earlier that there are two sides of the coin to probably every single discussion, right? And you've mentioned rightfully there that, of course, making sure that we have that kind of structure will be a good step towards ensuring we are reducing and eventually, hopefully, putting to stop gender-based violence.
Sure.
But there's the other side as well. This same person, even as we mentioned in the family structure, there is sometimes a power imbalance. Therefore, you find that the woman is being abused by the man in the family structure. And if you come to the workplace, yes, true, I have, let me use the example of my producer. My producer is taking that father figure role at the workplace, of course, impacting values that I will pass eventually to someone who's below me. However, if it happens that this same person who I look up to as a father, as a mother at the workplace, is the same person who is meting GBV against me, how do I approach it then? Because we have situations, as I mentioned earlier on before we came on, that you find there is maybe an intern who does not have enough power or does not have enough channels to go through, or maybe they're afraid of reporting because they might lose work, or they might be accused, or may be put at blame. How should such a person approach that situation when where they're supposed to address is through the channel is already the problem?
Okay, thank you. The situation here is the power imbalance, as you said it. When a family comes together, man and woman come together in a marriage, and not man and man, that is evil. Sorry for that. That is evil. Man and man is evil. Woman and woman is evil. Talking about a situation where we have a man and a woman coming together in a marriage. The man brings 50%. The woman brings 50%. At that moment, no one who owns that marriage more than the other. However, if, for example, me and you would walk out, one of us will be a leader.
Right, there's no that 50-50.
It's just automatic. It's called a diet. These two of us, when we walk out, one of us will be a leader. It's like, yeah, let's go and take tea over there. And I agree and I follow you. At that moment, you're my leader. So in a marriage, it has been ordained by God. When these two people come together, the man bringing 50%, the woman bringing 50%, it has been ordained by the Creator that the man becomes the leader. Just like the lion becomes the leader of a pack. It's just been ordained. So if a man would fail to take their leadership position, that's where the problem comes in.
Right.
Because this is a place where the man will feel threatened. And I'm not saying that the man knows everything. The man could be knowing 25%, or even could be earning 10% of the whole family's income. But he's still the leader.
The lioness hunts, but the lion is still the leader of the pack.
Sure. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's what happens.
Yes.
And there's that respect, mutual respect. The lion will definitely protect the lion. Any lion trying to come to attack the lionesses around in the park will see red.
True.
And that's the role that when the woman is earning money, and she's like earning so much, 80% of the family's income, there is this notion that, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It says, and this is the woman telling the man, the husband, your money is our money, my money is my money. That creates a broken relationship and power imbalance. And that, if there is care is not taken, the family breaks. And it starts breaking by instilling fear in the man.
Right.
Because this woman, quote unquote, has been empowered here so much by some organization here. So much empowered. And she told, hey, tell him, your money is our money, my money is my money.
Right.
And here is a family with 3 children. The lady is earning 200,000 shillings a month, for example, and the guy is earning maybe 50,000 shillings in a month. Common sense dictates that this is our family.
Right, we should take care of it.
We take care of it. So, if that thing is addressed of power relation, and it's about the empowering the man and the woman proportionately according to their needs.
I see.
If the woman is earning a lot of money, he should be told, excuse me, this family doesn't belong to the man alone. It belongs to all of us.
Okay.
It's about the values.
Right.
I mean, you talk about GBV, 100 million years to come, we'll still continue addressing the issue of GBV.
Still the values.
If we have no values, for example, if I don't regard you, if I